Planning is a funny thing. On the one hand, it's crucial. After all, failing to prepare is preparing to fail and all that. But at the same time, there's an equally prescient school of thought that will tell you that all of those plans won't survive the first skirmish with the enemy. One person that's had to manage these two truisms somehow this last 12 months is the latest business owner in our series. Say hi to Taz, you guys.
Yeah, so my name's Tarsum Sandhu, and the Market Square Bakery was founded in 1985 by baker Ray Grace and his wife Mary, and they very successfully ran the business for 35 years until we acquired it in July 2019.
Taz owns the Market Square Bakery in Higham Ferrers. You might have visited it in the past if you live locally, and as he mentioned, it's a place he's only recently come to call his own.
And we were customers of the bakery, and it went for sale. And it's just, Higham Ferrers is a close-knit local village, local town rather. And so long story short, we bought the business. We kept in close touch, as we do today, with the previous owners, Ray and Mary, who have been very helpful. And we took over the business, kept the existing team, the existing bakers, and we were very, very sort of sensitive to the fact that we wanted to keep everything primarily just as it was.
All of this is quite away from Taz's background, which is about as far away from the world of flour and rolling pins as you could get.
I can't bake anything personally, but my wife's pretty good at it. And my background actually, I was a banker. I just sort of had enough of the sector. Don't get me wrong, it'd been kind to me, but I just had enough. I wanted to change.
And so change he did, taking over the bakery coming up 2 years ago now. And while he set out on this journey with an impeccably well put together plan, as we'll find out shortly, all of that was about to change. As a lot of us have found over the last year, the changing face of the pandemic has seen businesses adapt, and in Taz's case, bring forward future plans to try and keep the businesses moving as they made their own recovery through enterprise. Recovery Through Enterprise is a podcast series where we meet and showcase some of the amazing small and medium businesses that call the Nen Valley home. You can find out more information on the project by visiting our website at recoverythroughenterprise.co.uk, and you can also connect with us on our dedicated Facebook and LinkedIn channels. In the meantime, be sure to subscribe to the show in your podcast app of choice to make sure you never miss a new episode. For now though, welcome to the show. It's great to have you with us. So we should take a step back here. As we noted before, Taz had decided it was time for a change and had settled on food and drink as his next step. Before taking over the bakery though, Taz and his wife did take up another space in the food and drink spectrum as well. About as far removed from the bakery as you could possibly get. It ended up being a very useful learning experience.
But having very little practical experience in there, we opened a business in 2017, and it was a Subway franchise. Okay. And that was sort of a nice, gentle way into this industry, getting to grips with how things work, and it went well. It continues to do okay. We've been challenged in the last 12 months, it would be fair to say, but we live to tell the tale.
The rest then is kind of history. When the opportunity to take over the bakery arose, it was one the couple jumped on.
We loved the business. Like I said, we were customers, and it was a very good opportunity that we didn't want to didn't want to let it pass by. So we the intention at that time was that we would buy the bakery and my wife would be hands-on with this operation whilst I carried on with our other stuff. My wife told me with very positive news that we were expecting our second child.
See what I mean about best laid plans? With a new bakery to run then, the initial name of the game for Taz and his wife was continuity. As the new custodians of an established business, there's a unique pressure to preserve the legacy at the same time as looking to stamp your own brand on the place.
When someone's owned and operated a business like this for 35 years and a new owners come in, how will it be? What will the product change? Will the quality change? And it can only go two ways. We could three ways rather. We can either keep the ship steady, we could absolutely destroy the business or hopefully take it forward further.
Initially then, when it came to looking at ways to improve the bakery, incremental change and growth was the plan.
We did want to make some changes to the business, but not not product or operational related. We wanted to sort of bring a bit of technology to the business and see how we could improve things from that perspective. They thought old meets new, keep the best of the old, but try and bring in some new things that enhance what we already have, not to necessarily replace it.
All of this was BC, before COVID, and just as Taz was beginning to settle into life as a business owner, this whole new situation thrust him out of his comfort zone again.
Like many millions of businesses up and down the country, we were thrown with this dilemma. What do? We are a key essential business. We make bread, we make rolls, we serve the community in that regards. But we are a small shop. So to give you to sort of paint a vision here a little bit, we are a business that's been operating for 35 years, but it sits in a building that was originally from the 15th century. So it's quite traditional. And the way it's a grade 2 listed building as well. So the shop has never, ever, even pre-COVID, has ever been able to have more than, I would say, 2 or 3 customers inside the shop at once anyway. Of course, now with COVID, we've had to change our model where one customer in, one out, so that there's no interchange between them when they leave, when they enter or exit.
More than just having to change the way customers could enter or exit the bakery, though, the lockdown period also got Taz thinking about some of the other items sitting on his 5-year plan and whether some of them could be brought forward and launched immediately as a way of helping to bridge the gap between the bakery and the customers and communities sat at home.
The second challenge was, how do we get our product to the customer? How do we do that? We don't have a delivery service. We don't have the infrastructure, the technology, or the resources to be able to offer a delivery service. But we've got to do it. So what happened is I shut the shop down. I shut the shop the following day, just closed it. And within the space of 24 to sort of 36 hours, I created a website with the very basic e-commerce that allowed people to buy something, pay for it, and check out.
With technology possibly the most accessible it's ever been, even for non-techies, it's easy to take for granted how difficult a task this was, especially to turn around and implement into a well-established business in under 48 hours. As it was, the system the team put in place was simple, but highly effective.
It wasn't sophisticated enough to be able to let customers choose a delivery day, a time, or a slot. And to be fair, we probably wouldn't be able to accommodate that anyway. So we simply kept it simple. Order today and you'll get it 2 days later.
The feedback was instant. The idea was a big hit locally. And as the lockdown wore on, it became clear that just as important as keeping stocked up on eggs and flour, the team also needed to find something else all of a sudden. Drivers.
The good thing about, obviously, back in March in the furlough was there was plenty of people sat at home who wanted sort of delivery driving type jobs. So, we got a couple of people. And we made it work. But we then had the opposite problem. We were so busy. That we couldn't cope with the demand.
The success of the launch got Taz thinking about other projects on the bakery's to-do list and how they could be brought forward to help the business keep their customers safe and secure while visiting them on site.
Those changes I spoke to you about earlier about 2 to 3 year plan. What COVID's done, it's made me do them all in 6 months, and I've had to fast forward everything, and some things I wasn't familiar with.
As he sits and reflects on the accelerated timeline of that last 12 months, while obviously being flexible and adapting to the ongoing situation has been important, in Taz's mind there's a really good couple of reasons that things have gone the way they have. For one, there's that plan that we've been talking about. For two, though, it was down to the people.
Yeah, I kept it very, very simple. It's not broken, so don't try and be over smart about this. The existing team of bakers, one of which, by the way, is the previous owner's son, we've got a really, really good team there of bakers, experienced. Most of them have been there. 3 of the 4 bakers have been there 20 plus years. Our bakers worked for 15 50, 55 hours a week.
For real, wow.
Tireless, all 4 of them. Absolutely fantastic. They were relentless, and the shop staff worked tirelessly. We all did, and made sure that we could continue to do so.
As spring 2021 comes into view, then Taz and the team are on a good footing for the new year and are hopeful that the wholesale side of the business, affected when lockdown hit the hospitality trade, will soon return to some normality as well. In the meantime, between a dedicated team, a good eye for the needs of their business, and a 30-year plus legacy behind them, the Market Square Bakery have got all the right ingredients for a highly successful year. Mary Shelley once said that nothing is so painful to the human mind as a great and sudden change. But for some people, it's just no big deal. Over the last 12 months, some quick footwork to reposition the business at key points has helped Taz and the team to stay a vital part of their community and done that reputation we were talking about earlier. No harm at all. Be sure to look them up on social media at Market SQ Bakery or visit the website at marketsquarebakery.co.uk. For more information on the Recovery Through Enterprise project and the range of support and assistance available for small and medium-sized businesses across the East Northamptonshire region, be sure to visit our website at recoverythroughenterprise.co.uk or check out the dedicated pages on Facebook and LinkedIn. This podcast was a production of So Very Creative. Find out more information on our website at soverycreative.com. Next time on Recovery Through Enterprise.
And also we're obviously jumping in a vehicle and taking it to them and dropping it off. A little bit of ringing doorbells with your elbow and wearing like that was going on, to say the least. And of course, when people come into the shop, you don't realise sometimes just how far they live away from your premises. So 1 or 2 of the people we delivered to were a little bit of a shock just how far away they were.
Over the course of 120 years, a business goes through a few things. This last 12 months, though, has been quite a lot. Find out more about Stew Pots and the journey they've been undertaking next time.